Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Valerie Fountain. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 boys, a 3-year-old named Tucker and an 8-year-old named Bryce. My husband and I and our 2 boys, we live full-time in our camper. If you don't follow me already on TikTok, go on over and follow. It's Valerie_Fountain. Would love to have you there. And if you're from TikTok and you're on my YouTube channel, go ahead and let me know in the comments that you originally found me from TikTok, because I think that's super cool to see where you guys come from. So with that being said, I get a lot of questions about living in a camper full time. So in this particular video, I'm just going to be cleaning because the place is a wreck. And then I plan on going ahead and providing y'all with that detailed video on a tour of this camper. So you'll see a little bit of it while I'm cleaning, obviously, but I'll get a little bit more into organization and must-haves and things like that in a separate video. But I don't want to give y'all a tour while it looks the way that it looks. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get started. I will say, whenever I made this video, I had every intention of cleaning like every inch of this house, or I guess you could say camper, but if you're a stay-at-home mom or even a mom in general, you know how this goes. I got so busy cleaning this kitchen and making sure that everything was spotless, and then had to turn around and get all of the clothes out of the dryer and then fold all of them and put them all away. And by the time I finished that, literally like 2 hours had passed by and I had only gotten the kitchen and laundry done. My husband got me this candle at Cracker Barrel the other day, and we literally bought 2 of them because that's how good they smell, and we have burnt it up like crazy. Like literally every single day I'm burning this candle because it smells so phenomenal. Now, if you look across from all of the mess that is going on in this kitchen, you'll see my crock pot on, and that is because I am making a absolutely delicious meal. It was my first time making this, and I want to just share with y'all the recipe because it ended up being definitely one of our favorites now. I'm going to explain it as good as I can over video, but if you're interested in the actual recipe of it, I will make a separate video just on this crock pot meal because really it is so good. Okay, so I ended up getting a pack of the yellow potatoes and I cut them into quarters and I put them into the crock pot, and then I gave it a little bit of olive oil drizzle on top, and then I seasoned with salt, pepper, and paprika, and then I mixed all of that around, and then I got 2 to 3 chicken breasts. In this one I just used 2, but you could definitely use 3 chicken breasts, and I chopped those up into about 1-inch pieces and put those in there. And I also got 4 to 5 cloves of chopped garlic and the Buffalo Wild Wings garlic parmesan sauce, and I dumped all of that into the crock pot at once, and I stirred all of that good together. I did end up adding a little bit more salt and pepper because we like a little bit more seasoning in our stuff, and you're going to cook that on low for 6 hours covered. But about 30 minutes before you serve it, you're going to add in a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese and stir that all together. And then after the 30 minutes is up and before you're about to serve, you're going to go ahead and put another cup of mozzarella cheese on top and just cover it until that cheese is melted. And when I tell you, me and my husband were both like actually surprised with how good this meal was. I mean, like, it was so good that I'm willing to sit here and tell you the recipe while you're watching me clean. If you saw in my last video, I mentioned how my 3-year-old is absolutely obsessed with the Nightmare Before Christmas and the song at the beginning of This Is Halloween. When I say obsessed, like, that is an actual understatement. But anyway, while I'm cleaning and doing dishes, I have some music on and we're just dancing and singing. And I think I played This Is Halloween just during the span of this video probably about 12 times. One thing I get asked a lot is, what is the least favorite part about living full-time in a camper? And to be completely honest with you, to me, it's not even the room. It's not even like not having a laundry, like a washer and dryer to be able to do your laundry every day. Although that is frustrating and it comes with its own challenges, I think the biggest thing for me is not having a dishwasher. Like, I have never liked doing the dishes. I've never enjoyed doing the dishes. And now I have a smaller sink, less space, and I have to wash them all by hand and dry them all by hand and put them all away, because if I leave them on the counter to dry, it takes up like your entire kitchen. And since we are in Texas, even though it is mid-November, the highs are still like almost in the 90s, which means that it's still too hot to use our stove. So we have to use this like a little electric skillet, or I do make majority of my meals like in the crock pot or the Instant Pot because it just is easier. Or I'll actually go outside and I'll grill things like steaks and chickens and things like that. That is definitely something else that just creates its more struggles, I guess you could say. At this point in the video, we were listening to music and then my husband FaceTimed. So I ended up talking on the phone with him, and you can tell here in a second, Tucker gets a little irritated because we were jamming to This Is Halloween, and it had to come to a rude and abrupt stop because I answered my husband's phone call. Also, my 3-year-old just recently found out about FLARP. So my 8-year-old came home from school and he had this teeny tiny little gift thing from Halloween, and it had a little bit of slime in it, and my 3-year-old was playing with it, and when he put it back into the container it made like a little tooting sound, and he thought that that was absolutely hilarious. So I ended up calling my mom because we were going that way this weekend, and I told her, hey, you need to buy this kid some FLARP because he doesn't know what it is and he just did this and he thinks it's hilarious, so I know he'll love it, especially if it comes from you, Rock and Roll, which that's what they call her. And so when we ended up showing up, she had bought him FLARP and he thought that it was so funny. And this is the point of the video where I've already been cleaning for what feels like 5 hours straight, and I went and got all of the laundry. You can tell that I was tired because I had already put my hair up into a clip, out of my face, get out of my way hair, and I went ahead and I did all of this laundry. And of course afterwards it feels great, but in the moment it is so overwhelming. So here I am just folding and getting ready to get done with all of this laundry from the week. I'm curious how many of y'all do your laundry like I do. Like whenever I do my laundry and I'm folding it and putting it away, I have to have everything in piles. So like I have a sock pile that I'll go through later, and then I have a different pile for my bras, a different pile for things that need to be hung up, a different pile for my husband's t-shirts, a pile for my husband's shorts, a pile for my husband's underwear, a pile for my leggings, my pajamas, my shorts, my shirts, my folded shirts, and then I make a separate pile for my 2 boys' clothes. And at first what I do is I just pile all of their clothes, like you can see in the middle. I put all of their clothes in a pile, and I put mine and my husband's things away first, and then I use the rest of the table to go through all of my kids' stuff and sort them out and fold them and put them in the right drawer. I don't think that I showed that part in here because by that time my video camera, which is a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, was dying, and I was trying to hurry up because I was getting in the crunch period that I needed to go get my other son from school, and I hate coming home from picking him up from school and getting back to the camper and the camper being a disaster, because generally when he gets home the 2 of them together are like an actual tornado. So having the peace and comfort of the laundry being done and put away was my goal, and so I had to be a little bit quicker with that. But I am curious how many of y'all make like a bajillion different piles for all of your stuff so that everything stays nice and organized, or if you're the type of person that just like puts it in one pile and then just kind of like shoves it away. One last thing about these clothes, how many of y'all end up losing at least like 3 or 4 freaking socks every time you do laundry? How do we always lose socks? It makes no sense to me. I don't get it. I'll never understand it, but I am sick of it. It's usually never mine or my husband's socks. It's always the kids' socks. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you eating them? I'm not sure. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. It's time to go pick up Bubs. I love you guys. Bye.